Alright guys, sorry for that little bit of delay. Apparently no one told the teams to start, and having the teams start the match does tend to help things. Nevertheless.
Yeah, it does. And now the game is going to begin. Well, I guess they didn't know they could just start, but it's underway right now. It's going to be Noble Esports up against hi-5. It's going to be a good, interesting game between these two. hi-5 definitely the favourites, but Noble Esports looking very, very strong this split.
Indeed, as the teams are all over the place, because why would things actually work correctly? So going to be some switching going on production side of things here for just a moment, guys. I apologize for the little errors. Did not notice there was a slight little bug occurring when it occurred.
At the moment, it's up to Noble Esports and what they want to ban away. They currently banned away Bologna. We saw Sylvanas and Geb taken away by hi-5 there. And they're currently hovering and thinking about what they want to ban away from them. It's probably in this situation more than likely going to be a Thor ban. It generally is in these circumstances. And indeed it is for Noble Esports. And now it's back to hi-5 for their first pick. Are we going to be shocked here, Zayden? Do you reckon this will be Athena?
Well, I may have it in front of me. No, Hindu, you're absolutely correct. It could very well be an Athena, and it looks like that's gonna be what they lock in. Predictions are so much fun, especially when you have them in front of you already. That said, yeah, Athena getting locked in yet again. As much as she gets played, and as viable as she is in so many positions, I'm actually surprised we're not really seeing her banned at all today.
No, it's not. I mean, to be honest, you ban her out, but then what do they get instead? Well, they're going to get Sylvanas, they're going to get Thor, they're going to get Bologna. You know, those are the sort of three that you see in banned. Serqet has been picked up by Noble Esports here, and it's something that's kind of slipping through the net a lot more now. People starting to understand how to deal with her, how to stop her getting these free kills and keep her shut down during the early stages of the game, which can really put the pressure on, because Serqet is good mid-game. Late-game, she's got kill potential 1v1, but in team fights on Sieging, a little bit weaker.
For sure. It looks like Ice is getting looked at one more time. Teams apparently were backwards as well, because everything is switching all over the place. Isis will get locked in for that mid lane of hi-5, as well as an Anhur for the AD carry roll. Back on the other side, quickly locking in Agni before we move on to the counter-banning phase.
Yeah, back into the counter-banning phase, and now we're going to see Agni was locked in. Like you said, have you got the teams sorted the right way around? Because chat is not agreeing.
Teams are backwards, the team names are switched, the blue team is actually the red team in the client. All sorts of things are going wrong, and my brain is just saying it wants nothing to do with this whatsoever.
You're useless.
I think everything is correct.
Noble Esports are going to ban away home bats, and we're also going to see the ban coming out for hi-5. They're currently thinking about what they want to choose here at the moment. What they should be probably looking for here is a support to take away from them. Maybe look at take away Bacchus. That seems to be the focus over in NA. Not necessarily Ymir, but Ymir still available. Ares also on the table as well. It would be interesting to see hi-5 actually run Athena jungle and pick Ares to shut down Serqet and Agni even harder. That could be a really good call. But the ban is Bacchus.
Yeah, like you said, gonna definitely be forcing Juniper to dig deep down into that god pool. There's still some pretty strong options available. Pretty much all the typical warrior supports online. They have the Ares if they want to go that route as well. Look for that big upfront aggression. Ooh, this could actually be interesting. This may not be the support, but Sobek getting locked in quickly. It could be the support. It could also...
I'd love an Ares pick. I'd love an Ares pick from hi-5 here. If Elbow Chacho plays his Ares, which we know he's very, very good at in the support role, this could really work out strong, because Cupid can't use Flutter, Serqet can't use Deathbane or Ambush, Agni can't use Path of Flames, and Sobek can't use Charge Prey. This would be a great opportunity for Ares.
And now it is Naja getting hovered over, as well as Cabraken once again for Wolfie over in that solo lane. He played it a couple times already today. It worked out well both times we saw it. A lot of teams seemingly forgetting the fact that suddenly some stone walls, or in the case of Nerd Rage Cabraken, some servers pop out of the ground and kind of cut off any path of retreat. But that is going to be locked in. So
no Bochacho Ares. I'm so disappointed. Yeah. I like it. Bochacho's Ares as well. It's such a shame. But Naja being picked up in the jungle for Grishank this time around. Naja, we saw earlier on, starting to see a little bit more play once again, mainly in North America. EU has touched it now and again, but not as often as NA have really picked up and gone with it. And I actually really like it. Against some of these gods, it's very, very good for bursting down targets. And that ring toss, a lot of people have forgotten how to deal with it.
It's a very powerful, potent ability. It applies slow, it bounces all over the place, potentially a lot of damage. If you can get two target... Oh, whoa, 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 hang on. We've apparently shifted continents, Hindu. Whoa, holy! Ymir locked in a first time ever, just completely, just new territory, uncharted territory here. We have an Ymir getting played in NA. This is unheard of.
It's very rare that you see Ymir's picked up. We had a little spurt of it in North America after Worlds when he was showing them how to use it, but then like NA doesn't really like rate Ymir that strongly as a lot of regions do. Like he's below Bacchus, he's further down than most of the others too. So seeing him actually picked up here, I think it's a good call because he's good against Athena. It can shut down Nijar pretty well as well, and cause a few issues for the enemy team. I mean, it's not the greatest pick in the world, but when you're stuck in a situation, what do you pick? Do you really want to run Sobek support? Not really. He's better in the solo lane. So what other supports are really available? Cabraken? Well, maybe, but not being run this time.
To be fair. Oh, I mean, not to be fair, but he did get some ice buffs recently. That attack speed slow on the Yawn is just absurd. You get your Mez. Oh, it broke. Great, I can fight. And you like slowly fire an in-hand attack, and it's like, oh my god, this is horrible. Why did they do this to him? So it's rough, but he's still very much based on his team comp. He has a ton of setup, a ton of crowd control, but really on his own, he's not an Ymir, he's not an Ares. It's not like one big huge play setup. It's a whole series of little setups that your team has to be able to capitalize on. And unless you're building your team comp kind of around the idea that you're picking up Kumbhakarna, throwing him in at the last second may not be the best choice you can possibly make.
Well, let's see how Noble Esports do against hi-5 in this one. This is the finals, week 1. It's best of 3 though, so the first game, so the victor goes to spoils in terms of at least having the advantage for game 2. We'll find out how this one goes on, guys. We'll be back as these guys load in.
Alright guys, hello and welcome back. It's time for the first game of the finals. It is going to be hi-5 facing off against Noble Esports in this best of 3 series. I'm Zayden, here with the one, the only Hindu man.
So this game's going to get underway. We both know these teams already. We've seen them all day. hi-5, Wolfie, Vulture, Grishank, Medieval, and Elbro Chacho, Noble Esports, Junipera, BK Hayes, Cyper, Lou, and Adjust, of course. These two teams on paper right now, I have to give it to hi-5. They've been around a lot longer here, Zayden. They should be more well known, but Noble Esports this week, they're looking like real contenders.
Oh, definitely. One of the handful of teams so far that we've seen today putting up a number of big, huge plays. They have a strong lineup. They have a number of strong players on that lineup as well who have proved today that they can definitely make some big plays for their team. Looking at specifically Adjust, Junipera, as well as BK Hayes come out with some pretty big plays. Cyper and Lou, we haven't seen quite as high as far as KDAs are concerned, but again, Cyper, solo lane, doesn't see much action, and Lou kind of so far today playing like more the farm, I'll just do damage, supporty kind of 80 carry, so maybe see some more big plays coming out. Cupid, quite a bit of utility that can set up some big stuff.
Yeah, the Cupid's an interesting pick here, honestly, with what was available to them. They didn't want to really run with anything else. Quite surprised by that, really, but, I mean, Neath wasn't banned away. They chose not to go with that route, go for the Cupid, more aggression lane, I guess. Not so sure how it'll work out, we'll see. It's a lot of damage potential, though, in setup with the Cupid. He'll be more of an initiator this time around. That's generally what happens with a Cupid. Bolcher's actually losing the trade with haste here, and this is going backwards and forwards. This is a bad trade for both of them, but the auto attack from Bolcher is big on the power shot.
Gust. 2, 1 more. No! Missing a whole bunch of those. The Path of Flames ticking away. Vulture and BKS will both survive. But
Rip
that
Vulture.
trade, like you said, oh
Rip
no.
Vulture. Oh, the Spirit Ball Adjust is going to go down. A great rotation.
Kill coming out for 5-5. First and second blood. The rotations from those junglers very much backfire with the help of all those minions for hi-5.
What in the hell was that game? We saw an amazing trade between the two mid laners, between both of them going backwards and forwards, and then the disengage. It was really, honestly, really heads-up play by Grishank then to land the Sash. The Sash was the key sell factor for the turnaround there, and now hi-5 have a commanding lead in mid.
Look what they're doing. They're looking for another quick kill here in the mid lane. It's going to be Adjust showing up first. The Sash not going to be connecting this time around. But the wave clear coming out from Vulture with Isis, level 4 at just the minute 30-second mark, is going to be a huge factor. It's going to have an ultimate online very, very early. BKK is going to have to play very carefully and conservatively just to make sure that that Vulture isn't able just to combo him down.
I'm not being funny, but I hope this meta of solo lane changes soon, because I don't want to see Guardian versus Guardian all day in the solo lane. That's like...
It's... yeah. It's very exciting, thrilling stuff. Wolfie just did some poke to Cyper. That's like the most action we'll see all day over there. The counter shift come down.
Left side, though. Bro, Chacho is going to actually get dropped down by Lou there, who managed to land the hard bomb after the freeze combo from Junior. Nice little play from Noble Esports. The duo lane winning that battle is going to give Noble Esports some hope after the start of the mid game. Sorry, the mid of the map that Noble Esports had.
And probably most importantly, that will be on the 80 carry. That's going to be sealing up quite well. Yeah, okay, the mid laner and jungler getting a pair of kills for shared between them. Not a bad thing either. But, yeah, the one thing, unusual thing, right before that fight in the left lane, we saw the ultimates actually coming on for the solo laners. You generally don't see them at about the 2-minute mark like we did just there. It's like, oh my god, it's tectonic shift already. That extra solo experience definitely paying off. Fields of Blood.
Blue's going all in on Medieval. He's not level 5 yet. Oh, they disengaged. They could have killed him. There's actually a pause coming out here.
Oh,
as that happened as well.
Lou disconnected mid-aggression.
Wow, that's amazing.
If that heart bomb had connected, that would have been a kill onto Medieval right there. That's very unfortunate for Lou.
Amazing.
So rough.
I've never seen that happen.
Yeah.
Rip the dream.
Indeed. It's rough for sure. Sometimes this is stuff you have to deal with, you have to put up. It's not, it's unfortunate. It happens to everybody at some point or another. Then it's early. They're going to miss the kill. It will force Medieval back to base on tail end of that one more likely than not. Going to try and fast forward through the pause a little bit here. But yeah, rough stuff. That likely would have been a kill for Lou. Cupid, very, very strong, very potent. That Fields of Love is quite scary and powerful. He was possibly looking for it once he reconnected, but Medieval, he said, the taunt just coming out, not today. Hiding behind this tower, going back to base.
Well, mid-harpies have been started and contested over here on the left-hand side. You can see that they did actually go in favour of one side, but there's a talk around from Elbow touch on to Junie. Good wall coming out from her, though. Bolcher pinned between a wall and a rock at a hard place.
No follow-up on that one. Fortunately for Bolcher, he will be able to sneak out. Right side harpies are available. Wolfie holding on, waiting for somebody to come share the love and experience over there. Mid lane, a little bit of aggression coming out still. You can see that level advantage, level 6 to level 4 on BK Haste in the mid lane. Something to keep in mind, something that could be a little bit of a factor still for a little bit. There's a sash coming in. Frost Breath will stop crushing his track.
Oh,
there's
the solo. The Rainfire just coming out, but he's not going to do anything. Junie Perry might be the one caught out of position here, so the Tremors are doing work. Junie actually pops ultimate because she realizes she can't escape the Tremors, and she's going to live because Wolfie ran out of mana.
That was actually a nice overall play. Junie went for the damage with the Shard's Vice, couldn't go anywhere anyway. BK Haste whittled down that wall, the wall fell, Junie popped the ultimate, strolled on out.
It used the immunity frames. It was using the immunity frames more than anything, just to stay still. That was the big key. For those in chat that said about the combat pause, you can't actually combat pause these days. You gods have to be out of the fights to be able to pause, and that's exactly what happened with Lou there. It wouldn't. Would you really have considered it a combat pause anyway? Let's be brutally honest. No, you wouldn't have, because if it was a combat pause, then why would he combat? Why would he pause it when he's about to get a kill? Come on, come on, come on, chat, come on, chat, come on. Let's be fair.
Chat always starting with the drama. I'm sure there's like 20 Reddit threads already starting up those mods, those poor mods having to deal with the people coming from chat all the time. That said, a little bit more aggression coming out as we saw a small tantrum from Wolfie for the heck of it in the middle of the lane because P can, I guess, for no other reason. Maybe looking for the invade. Cypher has already picked up his mana buff. Not a lot going on so far. A little bit of early aggression coming out. We're about 5 minutes into this one. 2 kills on the board for high 5, first and second blood. Noble Esports answered back with 1. They're keeping things relatively close. They're not letting the lead go away. Actually, farm-wise, yeah, it's looking pretty even right now. They're both getting their kills.
The big gank on the left, though. Just is actually looking for the purple buff here. They're looking for a pick, but Athena's ult into the right-hand side. They're looking for a big play onto Cypher with the ultimate coming out from Grishank as well. He didn't actually connect with it. And Cypher's turning this one around. Wolfie's one hit from death, going to survive for now. Cypher does charge prey away. This gank is failing. The ring toss is enough for Grishank to go down, but look what Noble's doing.
Indeed, Spirit Ball coming in this one. Fields of Love drop down, trying to stop this deal coming out. Noble Esports will secure with the Hand of Gods coming down just in the nick of time. A Just finds one as well. What did
Medieval used the tricks of the trade there to actually land the ultimate. It can bug out a little bit if he was going for the lead mid-air. That's why it looked like he was flashing around the map like a crazy dude. But he does secure the kill and the Gold Fury. So that attempt for Cypher's life over in the solo lane cost him a Gold Fury, and it cost him 2 kills elsewhere. And it gives them the golden experience lead again for Noble.
It's definitely a nice play overall for those guys. It's one of those things you cannot overcommit to a kill in the solo lane when the enemy team is on the middle or left side of the map, because they can do exactly what they just did there. Oh, to support what the rest of the guys just went across the map, let's just do the gold fury. What's the worst thing that happens? Well, we get 1,500 gold and we lose our solo laner. Sorry, solo lane buddy, it's an island, you'll be okay once you get back to the lane. So nice play by Noble Esports, like we said, as
Mid Harpies do go on the left hand side to Noble Esports. The right one's due to spawn in a second. We'll probably see some contention from both sides here, as the due in any second. You see the flashing. Grishan can Bolcher have to play this very safe because Athena's not in response, but Noble not really interested in them. Just going to back away, expecting them to have already gone down.
No, definitely playing a bit more slowly today. These teams definitely respecting each other straight out of the gate. They don't want to overcommit to anything, get caught with their pants down. And looking at the way these guys are going to be looking to play these games, there's a lot of burst potential coming out from High-Five. You have the Defender of Olympus coming in. Athena can back people up. Medieval, Desert Fury, the Circle Protection, Spirit Ball setup, Wolfie with tectonic shifts. But Noble Esports at the same time, there's a lot of AoEs there as well. Lurking in the Waters, the Fields of Love, the Shards of Ice, the BK Haste. No, High-Five are going to have a rough time in these fights actually getting up close and personal to do what they need to do without all the zoning from all the AoE from Noble Esports coming into play.
Well, we'll see how the zoning works out for them. In the moment, Junie's looking around the jungle for a pick onto Medieval. She does have that blink available. There it is. The freeze does not connect, however, and Medieval immediately disengages with the leap just in case there was any follow-up from Lou at that time round. But reinforcements on the way. High-Five want to re-aggress now that they know Blink's down, but they're not going to find anything.
Unfortunately, walking across the ward will often signal to the enemy team that maybe we should walk away from these 4 enemy teams trying to kill the 2 of us hanging on this duo lane. So they'll get out safely. Wards paying off for those guys. As things stand right now, though, I'm curious to see how they're going to play this one out. There's some back and forth lane matchups. Noble Esports have the lead now. Early on, High-Five had the lead. It's going to pretty much come down to these next couple fights. I'm still sort of waiting on ultimates. Defender Limb is just forced.
Oh, Junie. No. Junie went overly aggressive, and now she didn't have the support of Lou, and she went in on her own. Lou continued to farm and didn't support, and now Lou just going to have to disengage from that one. Is the Athena ultimate. Always respect an Athena when she's on the map, because she'll just rotate in when you least expect it.
Yep. As we just saw there, so rough stuff. Yeah. Was that just Junie looking straight up for a kill?
She was going aggressive. She was going aggressive in zone off Anhur for the most part, and I think they could have potentially got something if Lou followed up, but it was miscommunication between the duo more than anything else. Lou didn't back her up, and Junie went too deep, and that's what happens.
Yep. Well, like you said, a little bit of miscommunications, perhaps, but even with that, looking at the AD carry specifically, Lou does still have a little bit of advantage, sitting 2-0-1 to Medieval's 1-1, so not necessarily the end of the world over there as far as dual lane matchups are concerned. Rotations coming out here, buffs online. Pretty much everyone just another little bit of a calm. They're looking for Wolfie in the right lane, but the kill potential's not there. There's a stun immediately coming out from Wolfie. He's going to stroll back to safety of his tower. Left side, they could look for something. Harpies are about to respawn, though. We might see a fight over those.
Well, Beads was forced on Agni in the mid lane, but Brochacho's been caught by the stun, followed by a Heart Bomb into full damage combo. Heart Bomb does manage to get him out, though, before it connects. And Grishank could be a catch area wall, but uses his armor to take to the sky and destroy Lou before he falls himself. Actually lives, but meanwhile in mid lane, Serqet going deep.
She is the poison, though, from Adjust will take away. Wolfie answers straight on back, so 1 for 1, plus the extra kill that Adjust was able, or excuse me, that Gershang was able to pick up. They're still contesting his left side Harpies. Junie does secure it in the end. A lot invested for that one. It's a rough spot going into these fights. Like I said, the AoE zoning from Noble Esports, Mr. Gershang couldn't really look to run away because of that Fields of Love drop down. It's like, if I go in there, I will die. If I stay here, I may die. My ultimate's up. Let me just go up into the air where, well, take to the 3rd dimension and fly into the air where no one else can get me. And it worked out. He fell in the end, but whatever happens, happens. They answered out. They came out victorious overall.
Yeah, it was a wise decision from him, honestly. He made the best use of his abilities in mid lane, though. He's going aggressive once again. Looking for the pick onto Junie with Athena dunking in. Junie's in trouble again. She's going to go down to the taunt, and Grishan with the in-hand to bring her down. 7-4. High-Five turned up the heat and brought back that goal disparity from the Gold Fury now, and extended into an experienced lead this time.
Yeah, they're playing this pretty well. The supports early on, before they really get their sovereignty online, are usually a fairly weak target. If you catch them out, you can bring them down reasonably quickly. Gold Fury has been started up, but with the reinforcements coming in from Noble Esports, going to be forcing the reset in the back. Lou barely avoiding that Spirit Ball with the use of the Flutter. kind of scattered across. They have to be careful. The sash will miss. Fields of Love drop down. Blue's getting caught, surrounded right now, being brought down, taunted in. That is going to be a kill going away. Medieval.
Oh, but Just might be able to turn around. No, he will not, because Grishank's going to take him up and destroy him in the air. Lands and dies, but BK Hayes responds in toes. Medieval's now in trouble. The dash is going to still burn him up. Medieval did leap in the air. Judy blinks in with the freeze. Beats forced by Medieval, looking for the kill. Does find it, but Wolfie is here too.
Indeed. Cypher rotating as well from the solo laner. They're joining up this fight, leaving their island for once. They're kind of trying to chase each other around, but it's like the solo lane island has just kind of moved to the duo lane right now. They're swinging back and forth. There's some damage coming out. Bolcher's doing what he can. Tremors once again. Good Frost Breath interrupt that. Wolfie now in trouble.
Wolfie's dead.
Bolcher going to be looking to run away. Brochacho returning.
Here comes
from
more
base.
reinforcements. Brochacho's arrived. Can he find the taunt? Is the question. They're going to pick on Junior. That might be the choice in this matter. But Bolcher actually takes a lot from that Glacial Strike. Cypher just needs the in-hand to bring him down. Actually, not even going to use that. Going to just use Sickening Strike to secure that one. What a crazy engagement. What's the stats? That goes to Noble.
Yeah, it was a 4 for 3. I'm looking at the timeline. There's like very long extended fight right there. I believe that went to Noble kind of the second half of it. I don't know. I don't even know. It was messy. A lot of kills brought up. Let's look at the golden experience graph. It looks like that was in favor of Noble overall.
Yeah. It clearly was. I mean, 12 minutes in, you could see, but it just immediately dips back down, back to the gold advantage that he had from the Gold Fury. So Noble Esports did come up out on top of that engagement. Very extended, crazy fight where everybody ended up rotating for it. Nobody got anything else out of it other than Noble, really. Like, no one got Gold Fury off the back of it. They were all just too low, and it worked out well for them.
Let's see, Brochacho coming around to the dual lane, possibly looking for that taunt onto Lou. Flutter used immediately to avoid any possible little early shenanigans from that. Both teams know that Gold Fury is on the table, and that is going to be the next point of contention for both these teams. You see the Sentry Wards kind of placed all over the place. There's 4 down on the map by my count right now, as left side Harpies are going to be taken by someone bad. Not sure if those were stolen away by the BK's Firebomb, but nevertheless, grouping up. We're going to see a fight here sooner rather than later.
We are going to see a fight soon, because Lou's fighting off with Medieval right now. Goldfury's been started. Wolfie's been caught out at the moment, and Wolfie's in a little bit of trouble here. You can also see Grishank just used his ultimate, did not connect with it. Wolfie's probably going to drop down, but Tremors is doing work with the help of Athena. The taunt is good. Adjust. He's actually going to drop to Brochacho's reach, and now with the preemptive strike, he's going for Junie, but Junie channels the ultimate to make sure BK Hayes can bring down his one. Cypher brings down Wolfie now, and this fight's still going.
It's 1 for 2 so far. Noble Esports have the advantage. Cypher going very deep, but he's in the middle of 2.
He's got Luke coming.
Team get there, indeed. They don't run away from this one now. This could be turned around. Fields of Love drop down. You can't preempt the strike out of that one, but the heart bomb is connected. That's a kill. They're still looking for more here. Like you said, they... Ooh, Medieval. This could be a turnaround once again. Disperse.
Holy crap, this is an amazing fight between the two. Medieval still alive with 1 HP. Glacial Strike going to connect. Now you're going to see Grishank drop down to Lou as well, the heart bomb. But with the 2 surviving members of Noble Esports, their duo lane, the ones that did not have a bad start, are now going to get the opportunity to go for the Gold Fury. 3 seconds on Wolfie. Does have teleport available, but only rank 2. He can get to mid lane, but I don't think he can get here in time. He has teleported. Bolcher's on the way too. This is taking a while, but with a just here, they should have the damage to bring this down before anyone can turn up.
There's right that the guys drop down. Wolfie's not going to have any ability to get into range, even with the movement speed boost off of his 1. So overall, Noble Esports, it looked like for a moment, High Five may have been able to turn that fight around. They were able to pick up a couple extra kills, but in the end, they could not close that one back out. And, you know, in the end, I actually like that play. They got an extra pair of kills for themselves, where, I don't know. If they left, they wouldn't have gotten 2 kills. They both would have survived as well. So it's like 2 extra kills for 2 extra kills. Both teams get a little bit more gold. They couldn't have stopped the Gold Fury right there either way, because they 2-manned it. If they left 4 people alive, they would have gotten the Gold Fury anyway. So
these fights are as hype as, honestly, these fights are as hype as. They're going backwards and forwards between them. The rotations from both teams is very, very good. Lou was a little bit delayed on that, but that worked out well for them not having Lou there a little bit earlier, I think. So we had to clean it up, but they didn't clean it up as well as they could have done. Grishank did some good work with those ring tosses and caused a lot of issues in that, allowing Medieval to get some good damage off. Keeping on these hunters, because the way this is going, they're part of the backbone of both these teams now.
Oh, without a doubt. Left side, Fields of Love was just forced defensively by Lou. Defender Olympus coming in now toward the mid lane onto Bolcher. BK is going to use that path funds. Just actually going very aggressive right here, getting taunted back into this one. Spearfall going to just barely miss up in the air with Gershank for a little ride with those Windfire wheels. Just still going to be surviving, using that Serqet mobility.
Oh, is he? Yeah, Bolcher is dead to BK Haste. Meanwhile, on the backside, you can still see the escapability of a Serqet. The dash comes out onto Medieval from Bolcher. BK Haste, though, trying to burn him down as he's looking for the in-hands to bring down Lou. One attack will be enough. There it is, but the Heart Bomb is on. The Pillar's going to buy him a second. Judy wants the kill, but she's turning her attention to the backside. She's still going to hunt it, though. The freeze comes out as the Impale hits, but on the backside, is Adjust.
Yeah, BK Haste gets Gershang on the back one. Is one there. Go and re-engage. BK Haste finds another one, not getting brought down by Gershang with only 200 health on his health bar. That's going to be another kill on the board. These fights, as you were just saying, are just everywhere. One team gets killed, the other team gets a kill. It's all over the place, back and forth, non-stop. But if we ever see a proper full-on team fight, now one of the things I touched on earlier was that zoning potential from all the AoE from Noble Esports. The fights are so scattered that those AoE abilities are essentially single target because they're never actually able to hit more than one target.
You know the problem with this game, and this is the biggest issue, is why these engagements look so cool, is that everyone's being a little bit too greedy. That's the big issue. Is you'll see them chase for the kill to confirm it, and then get themselves caught out of position. Then need to be saved by their teammates. Then they die. Then their teammates are out of position, but then the enemy gods are out of position that they were being chased down by, so they get brought down. So it's like a domino effect. These team fights, they look hype as anything during the game, but it's generally down to just a little bit too much greed sometimes, and a little bit of out positioning from both teams.
Well, while that all was going on, the minions, led by the epic heroic Minion 34, were successfully able to take down the tier 1 tower on the right-hand side, potentially freeing up Cypher to roam around the map just a little bit more. That Gold Fury was taken down, about 2 minutes on the respawn for that one. They're going to be grouping up a little bit just for the heck of it. Mid-Harpies, rather, are down for a little while. So, a bit of a farm lull, perhaps, unless one of these teams look for a big pick with Gershang coming in. Could potentially have gone for it, but for now, at least, not going to be seeing anything in the mid lane.
It's still pretty even between the two teams. I'm kind of looking towards the late game now to see what they're both going to be bringing to the table. I mean, Cupid late game, yeah, he's okay. He's single target, but he wants to be more frontline to get his damage off. Yeah. Anhur, not a hyper carry. He still deals great damage in a team fight, though. So you're really looking at the junglers then, and you look at Serqet, and you're looking at Najar. And Najar has the carry potential if he can get full build late game, but it's always the case that sometimes it's just more difficult to confirm the damage on a Najar. But Gershang so far, he's not played this terribly. He's 4-2-8 right now.
It's also kind of a scary lineup inside of Noble Esports to actually dive on into as an assassin. Pretty much everybody has some sort of peel or self-peel. Stuns, throwbacks, displacements. Serqet can just either last breath Gershang or just say, I'm out of here, I want nothing to do with this, and just like leap halfway across the map in 2 abilities. So it's going to be pretty rough. With the extra, I believe, in still the case, Gershang with that Naja, the final hit of that chain is probably the hardest hitting in-hand attack in the game. With that mod. I think
it can also do... Well, with the in-hand attack? Oh, yeah. I think he went with the sash, but Gershang actually caught out here. Going to actually try and use his ult to escape, but Serqet was on the backside. He's going to take her up instead. The damage onto Adjust was huge, and Gershang finds the kill. But in trade, Gershang goes down to Junipera. Bolcher's in trouble too.
They're going to be able to sneak around the side. Wolfie rotating around, finds BK charge device, charged up right now from Ymir, found a decent chunk of damage, but Desert Fear comes across from Medieval doing a lot. Juna getting forced to run away. Cypher finds Medieval on the backside of this fight. Once again, a back and forth engagement, 2 kills to 2 kills. As they look for some back and forth poke, possible re-engage potential, but at least
what's they fighting over though? They're not fighting over anything. Gold Fury's not up. It's not up. Now the Gold Fury comes up, and it's a 3v3 fight still. I still feel high five at the advantage here just because of HP bars. It is a Sobek though. The Guardian, double Guardian versus double Guardian. Lou is here going to flip into Lou's going to get a flip into his face and Heart Bomb Wolfie, but it wasn't a stun available. Juni's going to blink in though, and they might turn their attention to Brochacho now.
I think they know that Bolcher went back to base. Brochacho getting caught out behind a Heart Bomb connected, not going to have a stun, but using the flutter to get back in range. If they take that down, that means no Wrath of the Gods on the table for Noble Esports, and Gold Fury is now up. They could look for this, plucking Bolcher back in. That's going to be a big one. Silence comes out, Wing Gust for extra moves. Good wall from Junie as Bolcher gets caught down, locked out. Circle protection, trying to buy himself some time, but it looks like he is about to fall.
Well, he's trying to stay in his heal as long as he can, but with Weakening Curse being popped there by Cypher, he's not going to heal you. And now the Gold Fury is going to be started by Noble Esports, 19-6 here. Wolfie is on the way round. Gershang wants nothing to do with it by the looks of it. What can Wolfie do here? Well, let's find out. He's got Hog 3, but he's already down. Rip the young Wolfie.
Kind of went for a short little ride through midair in a couple different directions simultaneously. I mean, I guess that's a bit of fun for him. He went in, he was looking for the steal. He did have the Wrath of the Gods to look for that steal. So if he got in range, he could potentially have done so. As we saw, not able to do it. Left side tier 1 tower about to be brought down by 3 members of Noble Esports. They are starting to get themselves a nice strong lead. The fights have been all sorts of back and forth, but in the end of these engagements, they're the ones coming out these objective pickups.
Well, to the sky goes Grishank once again, taking somebody up with him, but on the landing fields, I love his wave for Grishank, and he gets evaporated. Just stays alive because why? It's Serqet, and it's balanced. Now we're going to see Brochacho getting aggressed on once again by the whole team of Noble Esports. Bolcher's in the mix, and that chicken is dinner.
For sure. Nicely charbroiled and flame roasted by BK Haste, his specialty of the day apparently, as now it's a tier 2 tower threat by Noble Esports. There's 4 members there looking to take that one down with nobody from High 5 nearby to stop it. That's another 2,000 gold plus the extra kills, plus that gold fury just before that. Talking about them having a nice gold lead. It just shot up to over 9,000 gold.
It's still a gold lead, and yeah, I mean, the gold lead in the 9,000k will help them. They need to go back to base, which they are doing right now to spend some of that earn money to make sure they put it to use. I honestly, with Wolfie going in for the gold fury, then it's not an issue. Like, you always do that. You always want to try and send one person in to try and steal it away, unless, like, the chance of the game being over based off it. If he did get the Hog 3 off, it's a win. If he doesn't get the Hog 3 off, it's like, well, at least you tried, you know? What's the worst that could happen? It's not going to make that much of a bigger difference. So the call there was right. The follow-up after that, aggression in the jungle again from Grishank. He didn't manage to find the kill, and that's the issue. They're trying to kill Just because he's on Serqet, and Grishank's going for it, but he's not got the damage to finish him off in one combo at the moment. Or he's not hitting a full combo to do it. He's causing issues.
Sure. For now, I'd say we'd have a bit of a lull, but if history repeats itself, these teams just decide, you know, we're bored, we want to fight each other. I don't care the fact that there's not a single objective on the map to actually take the moment. Sometimes it's off the back of a taunt from Brochacho, or perhaps BK Haste getting caught a bit out of position by Gershank up in the air. Charge device charged up. Gershank can be able to sneak out of the backside of that one. A bit of a ultimate for ultimate situation, but they're looking for the fight. Noble Esports going deep, defending Olympus.
Grishank was too busy trying to run the ball. She just got sacrificed to the afterlife. Now Grishank's going to go down 2. He did get a good ring toss off, a good taunt from Brochacho, but there's no follow-up from him. Medieval zoned out because of those pillars of destiny from Wolfie. Not going to help him. Now Noble have the chance for the fire giant. It's only Wolfie and Medieval alive to do it. Wolfie does have full HP and mana here, so he could try and make something happen at this. He's the only one that could really do anything. Maybe, just maybe, he can force him to take a lot of poke. Maybe they can kill Haste. They will. Can they get them all?
Oh, they got the Fire Giant secured. Lou will miss most of the shots from the Desert Fury. Wolfie trying to do what he can right now, but for the most part, he has to get through Junie and Cypher to actually accomplish that. Looking for the kill. Lou has to be careful. There's Medieval down the back line, impelled into the wall. Lou couldn't find the kill to Wolfie. Just gets the kill onto Medieval as well. They were looking for a couple cleanup kills on the back of the Fire Giant, but were not able to find them. So, rough fight. They were trying to stop Fire Giant coming out. Noble Esports were doing a good job taking these towers without it. With it in hand, you see them immediately turn their attention to these towers. There's a, what, 3,500 extra golds in the map, more or less for free. They want to go for it.
I never really talk about, like, you know, picks and bans, and I don't necessarily like rub on players for picking something wrong, because that's not me, but I really feel like they could have done with the Ares. The Ares would have been so strong here for High 5 and put these maybe the Athena into the jungle. I feel Grishank's done a good job in this game on this Najai. He's not really played it badly, but I just think Ares would have been so good against the composition that Noble Esports brought out. I mean, maybe they wouldn't pick Ymir then, I guess, but Ymir against Ares is a matchup for Ymir's favour. It's not the reason they've lost, but I think it's just one of those things that it could have helped them out a little bit more. Brochacho just played the Athena fantastically as well. Just mid lane right now, though, we might see some more deaths.
Vulture getting pulled back into this one. There's a left breast applied. That poison is not quite going to be spreading around. Just going to be forced to kind of secure that one. Did the poison spread? No, it did not. But nevertheless, that's a kill onto the mid laner. That's a lot of wave cards, a lot of damage, a lot of setup, and potential getaway from our tower setup removed from the table of High 5. Noble Esports going to be looking for these remaining 2 tier 2 towers. And yeah, it's going to be an extra 1,500 gold per tower, as the left side they're trying to keep tabs on Just, make sure they hey, we know you're over there. We're not going to let you sneak in and kiss somebody out. But if someone gets plucked out by a charge prey, they're going to be in a bit of a trouble.
Well, Wolfie's having to go in and deal some decent damage there onto Lou, forcing out the fields of love. He's trying to get what damage he can off with the tremors as well. Medieval on the backside does land a great Desert Fury. Grishank takes to the sky with a Just. Can he kill him? No.
Not this time. time around. Gersheng, though, low in health in the middle of a fight, will be brought down. Junie finds that kill. Wolfie once again using those tremors to do as much as he possibly can. Cypher getting low. Can they secure these kills? So low in the health bar. The shards of ice not quite enough. They're trying to find these kills still. It's a 1-for-1 overall so far. BK finds Medieval. Cypher finds Wolfie. On the left side.
It's still happening. They keep going aggressive. Now Adjust is probably going to go down there or live with the best amount of health. Vulture going aggressive here. Vulture's going to find that, go down to the poison. Meanwhile, Brochacho's alive. Oh, the wall from Junie saves the day. That should be a kill, but Cypher very, very low. He's going to be able to heal up though with Sickening Strike. They will get a Phoenix. A crazy engagement from both teams, but Noble Esports once again come out on top of it.
And it's going to be another 2-2 tower before, kind of in the middle of a fight. A Phoenix on the end of it. Gold Fury is up right now. You can see them beelining straight over towards that. They lost a couple members. They lost a whole bunch of Fire Giant buffs in that. And probably the biggest thing to take away from that, Lou was picked off very, very early in that engagement. They won that fight 5-for-2 without their AD carry reel being up for the majority of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy fight, honestly, between the two. I think Wolfie did as much as he could in that engagement on the front line for them. But then once again, it got down to the same fact of, like, someone's low health, let's kill them. And then that person's now low health, let's kill them. And he just went on and on and on, over and over again.
I can't complain. I mean, I love a bloodbath. Everyone loves a good bloodbath. As to whether this is, it's fun to watch, it's fun to cast, but there's a lot of room to improve on these team fights as far as target calling goes. And respecting the target calling, perhaps, even would be the more important thing to take away from it as one of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, it will be important for them. I mean, to be honest, this is a best of 3 anyway, 27 minutes in, 33-19. It's going to be a tough comeback for High Five here. But the way these engagements are going, if they actually win one and like keep 3 members alive, maybe Grishank, Medieval, and one of the tankier types, they could potentially just come back and take a Phoenix and a Fire Giant, no problem.
Well, speaking of the Fire Giant, it is going to be back up in just about 50 seconds. So once that comes into play, you see not too many words surprisingly out by either team right now. Which, okay, here are the backs coming out. They have a little bit of time, 40 seconds still. Gershank going back to base. They definitely need to have words ready if High Five are even thinking of contesting the Fire Giant. Just going over the wall right now, actually looking for the fight. A lot of damage coming out from the full combo. Look at the burst on Bulge. If he has a chance to do anything, sure. The Fields of Love from Lou finds the kill. Circuit Protection did nothing for him right there. Let's face it. 100% anti-healing. Not going to help you much.
Yeah, Wolfie's going to go down on the backside, zoned out from that. Grishank actually ulted onto Junie, so he didn't actually get the target he was after. Now the team of Noble Esports only have 3 targets to deal with here, but a tier 2 tower on the right is their focus, and Grishank is going to be there to try and defend. Don't think he can, though, without the ultimate being available, and the tanky targets of this Sobek and this Ymir are going to be able to tank this one up for days, weeks, months, even years.
Fire Giant's a possibility here. You see them kind of heading back in the jungle. Go for the bait. Go for the... I saw BK Hayes kind of hugging that wall. It's like, oh, this will be beautiful. Someone comes around that corner. They're going to make it for a world of hurt, but they are going to go for the Fire Giant. And why not? There's already 2 members of High Five down. Will be, at best, a 3 versus 5. They know it's not started. They've found themselves a little Anhur in the mid lane.
Yeah, because he does a Fury Dig card pops out there as well. The hard bomb does stun as he tried to leap, and he's going to go down as well. Now they're going to turn to Brochacho once again. I feel Brochacho played amazing this game. He did some really good times. He's just been punished every single time. I hate when that happens as a support.
It's one of the worst feelings in the world right now. It looks like Noble Esports want to take this one home and secure game 1 for themselves. Storm the base, Vulture, Wolfie, and Gershank are alive. They have the potential for defense. Still 2 Phoenixes alive, but they are looking to close this one out. It just finds the kill on the Gershank. Brainfire coming down, trying to secure this kill, but can they do it?
Well, Titan is slowly falling. Junie's telling the ultimate, tanking it up in Storm, but will go down to the Phoenix shot. No, she won't. She'll live for a second longer. Wolfie, Tremors to save the day. Not today, my friend. High Five fall to the wayside in game 1. Noble Esports have the 1 game advantage.
Noble Esports coming out of the gate very strong in this game. Victory for them. Game 1, it's a best of 3, so High Five are not out of it yet. A lot of big plays coming out from both teams, but we touched on a couple times during the game. Both of these teams just wanted to chase kills all day long in the middle of these fights, and it worked out this game for Noble Esports. If they do this again next game, it's not something that will necessarily work out in their favor again, so like we said, possibly kind of work on that a little bit, and these team fights could be much cleaner for both these teams.
Yeah, I mean, they could have been a little bit cleaner. It was more aggression more than anything else. I didn't feel either team really played very, very badly. I just think that they were both chasing around in team fights, and when you chase around in team fights looking for low health targets, Serqet is probably going to be the victor. Goes the spoils in that engagement because you chase a Serqet, you're gonna have a bad time because she'll constantly escape you, and yeah, balance. Anyway, I don't normally do that sort of stuff. We'll be right back anyway with Noble versus High Five Game 2. Will be underway momentarily, hopefully sooner rather than later.